Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Here we are at in Songs of the Vaishnava Acharyas, Songs of Narottam Das Thakur. This song is called Ishtadeve Vignapti, prayer to one's beloved Lord from Prarthana. It starts Hari Hari Bipale Janama Goinainu. And this song, Japa is still going. The translation, O Lord Hari, I have wasted my life. Although I have taken this rare human birth, I have not served Radha and Krishna, and thus I have knowingly drunk poison. Golokera Premadhana Harinam Sankirtan Rati na Janmilo Kene Thai Shang Shara Vishanale Diva Nishi Hiya Jwale Judaite na Kainu Upai. The treasure of divine love in Goloka Vrindavan has descended as the congregational chanting of Lord Hari's holy names. Why did my attraction for that chanting never come about? Day and night my heart burns in the fire of the poison of worldliness, and I have not accepted the means for relieving it. Vrajendra Nandana Jay Shachi Shutta Hoila She Balaram Hoilo Nitai Dina Hina Jata Chilo Hariname Udarilo Tar Shakshi Jagai Madai. Lord Krishna, the son of the king of Vraja, became the son of Shachi, and Balaram became Nitai. The holy name delivered all those souls who were lowly and wretched. The two sinners, Jagai and Madai, are evidence of this. Haha Prabhu Nanda Shuta Vrishabhanu Suta Juta Karuna Karoha E Baro Narottam Das Koi Na Tehilo Rangapai Toma Vine Ke Ache Amar. O Lord Krishna, son of Nanda, accompanied by the daughter of Vrishabhanu, please be merciful to me now. Narottam Das says, O Lord, please do not push me away from your reddish lotus feet, for who is my beloved except for you? Some exceptional concepts here that we can imbibe and greatly benefit from. One is the first idea he gives of knowingly taking poison. This is the compulsion of the senses in the material world, that even though I know I'm killing myself, I continue to take that which is killing me, knowingly taking poison. So this is a lamentable situation for the soul who comes into the material world to find some kind of enjoyment. Sometimes it's described that the jiva comes to the material world and it's like a merchant going into the forest to try to find some kind of wealth. And while they're in the forest, he becomes lost and then harassed by living entities and by the circumstances in the forest, which he's exposed to the elements, constantly uncomfortable, moving from one place to the next, and never at peace. And this idea, it's simply an idea that he'll find some happiness, some great wealth in the forest. So similarly, a living entity comes to the material world, which is called the forest of material enjoyment in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, there's no enjoyment in the material world, although there's an idea that there is. Prahlad Maharaj says in his prayers to Lord Nrsingadev that there's just the rumor that there's happiness here in the material world. People talk about it. It's called Shruti Sukham, that you hear about happiness, but no one actually ever attains it. And therefore, Prahlad Maharaj asked the question, where is it actually? He said the material body is a breeding ground for many diseases and miseries. And he said that even greatly learned people know about this, and they even know that eventually they'll leave the body, or at any moment they'll leave the body, and it's a tenuous situation, but still they go on trying to enjoy the material world. So that intelligence to overcome this tendency to enjoy that which is not real, that tendency, it's called asat trishna. Trishna means a thirst, and asat means that which is not real. That taste for the unreal is called Maya. And it is a lamentable situation for the soul in this world, so much so that the great acharyas compare it to drinking poison. It's so contrary to our nature, and it entangles us more by actually drinking it. You think about drinking something also. Once you drink it and it goes in to the system, it starts to span out throughout all the cells and different parts of the body, and then it goes to the brain and makes you see the world in distorted ways and so forth. Or it shuts down the different organs. And as soon as one ingests this material sense gratification, it also has a systemic effect on our existence, the way we perceive the world, the way we're able to interact, or the ways in which we're compelled to act because we've taken that poison. There's a modern saying nowadays that, oh, such and such drank the Kool-Aid. It goes back to the massacre at Jonestown when a demoniac cult leader induced all his followers to drink poison Kool-Aid. So from then on, this modern saying came about that when people take to adverse situations or they buy into situations that are actually harmful for them, people say, oh, he or she they already drank the Kool-Aid. There's drinking poison. So this is something that Narottam Das Thakur is commenting on here, the way in which somehow or other I've come into the spell of Maya, and I've convinced myself that there's some happiness in the material world, but actually it's like drinking poison. That's such a dastardly scenario, drinking poison. And so he says, I've wasted my life. He's saying to the Lord, I've wasted my life. And this is one of the sentiments of a person who's coming closer to Krishna. This feeling that I'm so distracted by material desires, which I myself have created because of drinking the poison of material life. Once one takes sense gratification in the material world, then it comes back to haunt one. Because I may take it once and then say, oh, that's it. But then the next day, the next week, the next month, it comes back and says, take me again. And I don't have the will to resist it. It becomes weaker as I give in to the sense gratification. And then one can become completely consumed by this, one life after another after another. You know how fast 5 years goes by these days? I mean, you all do because you've lived at least 5 years. But there's a way in which it seems when you put your head up and you look around and you say, oh, 5 years just went by. What happened, right? Or you look at a picture and you say, oh, that was me 5 years ago? Just what have I been doing? In a state of awakening to spiritual life, one may look up and say, oh, I've been here for 5 births or 5 million births. It's the same practically because time simply sweeps us away. Easy enough to forget about Krishna, and then look up and say, oh, 5 million births, 5 billion births I've taken in the material world. That was me? I did that? So when somebody comes to their senses spiritually, they then realize that I've wasted so much time in the material world. This is one of the sentiments of an awakened soul. Avyarta kalatvam. It's actually an awakening of emotion for Krishna to think, I don't want to waste even another second outside of Krishna's service. Because that person who's awakening considers that to be like drinking poison. So then he says, although I've taken this rare human birth, I have not served Radha and Krishna, and thus I have knowingly drunk poison. The treasure of divine love in Goloka Vrindavan has descended as the congregational chanting of Lord Hari's holy names. And here's the remedy for it all, that Krishna has given an antidote to the poison. We like to take something because we're living entities. In fact, if you go to somebody's house, they'll say, won't you take something? I say, I don't want anything. I say, no, take something. He's like, no, I'm not hungry. I don't. Drink something. Have some juice. I don't want juice. Drink some water. Take something. That's what living entities do. They take things. They're always consuming something. And so we have to consume something. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Nahi kaschit shanamapi jatu tishyatya karma krit karyate hyavasha karma sarva prakriti jaragunai. No living entity can go on without taking something. And if you don't take Krishna Nam that's coming from Goloka, then you'll take something else. For instance, there are a myriad number of Bollywood songs, aren't there? They're the same song recycled over and over again, and slightly different dance. You just change it a little bit and then change the tune a little bit. But even in literature, if you look into the great literatures of the world, you'll find it's the same plot and it's twisted in slightly different ways. Every movie, same thing, especially when you get into commercial presentations, because they understand what the formula is. It has to be presented in a certain way. Starts off with a little bit of tension. There also has to be some car chase, and there has to be an explosion. I mean, this is if you want to make money. And that same scenarios over and over again, same music over and over again, but it's actually a diversion from our real interest. So unless one becomes interested in taking Krishna Nam, coming from Goloka Vrindavan, which is an elixir for the soul, and Lord Chaitanya describes it as medicine. It actually overcomes the powerful poison of material sense gratification, gives us relief, and satisfies the senses at the same time. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Enechi ashauri maya nashi parolagi. That's, now I've brought this medicine, please take it. In fact, he says, you should beg for it. This is an advanced stage of devotional service when one begs for the medicine. He says, please give it to me now. I know I'm sick. I need to take this. I've taken so much poison that I need to pour in. I constantly need to pour in the medicine in order to overcome the effects. It's gone into all my cells. It's in every part of my brain. It's in the core of my being, this poison, because I've taken it for so long. So we need to pour in more and more of this medicine to overcome the effects of the poison. So he says this medicine is being imported from the spiritual world. Golokara Premantan Harinama Sankirtan. The treasure of divine love in Goloka Vrindavan has descended as the congregational chanting of the Lord's holy name. That's very appealing, isn't it? How do you get a treasure? Oftentimes I think, how do I find my treasure in this world, the great wealth of this world. I work in different ways, I plan different ways, but it's actually descending, and it's available to those who take it in the form of chanting the holy names. You get a great treasure. This is the great wealth of life. Why did my attraction for that chanting never come about? That's a good question to ask. If one wants to adjust one's life in a way that's progressive, one can ask this question again and again. Why don't I have an attraction for chanting? What is preventing me from taking this poison, from accepting the treasure? Is it something that I'm doing? Is there a way that I can adjust myself so that I can actually accept the real treasure? Day and night my heart burns in the fire of the poison of worldliness, and I have not accepted the means for relieving it. Lord Krishna, the son of the king of Raj, became the son of Shachi, and Balaram became Nitai. The holy name delivered all those souls who were lowly and wretched. The two sinners, Jagai and Madai, are evidence of this. So Prabhupada in Vrindavan installed Krishna Balaram, and then just to the left of Krishna Balaram, you see Nitai and Gaur. And in the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhupada revealed to the world, Bhaktivinoda Thakur heard about the Chaitanya Charitamrita and then looked for it, and he couldn't find a copy for a long time in India. It was unavailable. Have you ever had that happen? You're looking for a verse or a particular scripture and you can't get it? Which one?
There was once Maharaj, you told that to find there is the word, what is the correct word, whether it's yadi or there is some other variant. So finding that took so much time to what is the right version of the.
Navina, could you understand what he said? Could you say it again?
So once you asked me, there is a one verse is there in there. The word has there two different words we use. Sometimes we use yadi, or sometimes we use this slight different variation. So what is the correct version of that to find out from the different authors like Radhika Raman Prabhu or so I had to go through all different and find out what is the right word. That is the.
Now could you understand? What did he say? Give Navina a microphone. Because if Navina can understand what he said, then maybe the audience at home can too.
As far as I understood, Mukuravinda Prabhu was saying that one time you asked him to find a particular correct spelling of a certain verse, and he had to ask the Pandits because he couldn't find it in the book, so he had to go and research from the scholars which one is correct version.
Okay, good. That's a good kind of anxiety to have. Everyone's looking for something in this world. Best if we have that anxiety for trying to find various verses and scriptures, looking here and there, asking different pundits, where is it? That should be our preoccupation. And by the way, nobody should sit in these seats here because they're dangerous. This is a forbidden area. All this is the open area here. We need to have a large gap in the middle of our assembly. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur heard about the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita and then started looking for it and couldn't find it. That's a nowadays unimaginable situation for us. We may take for granted, I have a Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. In fact, a lot of times people take it for granted that they have the Bhagavad Gita. We meet people all the time, especially from India, because they mostly have heard of Bhagavad Gita. So you see, here's Bhagavad Gita. It's like, Bhagavad Gita. I know everything. I know Bhagavad Gita. This and that. You know, this is the opposite of the attitude that allows one to advance in spiritual life. We should feel hungry at every minute for scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And don't take for granted that I know it. I was once talking to a music teacher, and he said, well, what do you know about Madanga? I said, oh, I know Teraketa. Teraketa is the most fundamental of hand practices that you're supposed to do for years and years. Teraketa, 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 over and over again. And I said, yeah, I know Teraketa. And he goes, yeah, everybody says they know Teraketa. Nobody knows Teraketa. We should feel that I don't even know the basics. I don't understand Bhagavad Gita. This is how Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami approached Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with this kind of hunger, saying that I don't know anything. I'm a complete fool. Please tell me who I am. I don't even know who I am. Start there, over and over again, start there and ask. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when he realized the great treasure that was brought by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to introduce the relationship that we have to Radha and Krishna, and that's the gateway to get there, he became so anxious to find that literature and all the details of its teachings given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We looked everywhere to find a copy of the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, and it was practically impossible to find. But finally, he got the copy, and he began expounding upon it in various books to make the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu available to the world. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, if all the other literatures in the world happen to disappear and the Chaitanya Charitamrita is still extant, then there's no loss. Everything there is there complete. And Srila Prabhupada was so anxious to have this book, the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, come out to the world, that in 1975, not knowing how long he would live, which was his condition all the time, he already had 2 heart attacks on the ship, on the cargo boat coming over. And he wanted the whole Chaitanya Charitamrita published, translated, published, edited, available, photos and everything within 2 months, which was an impossible task, but he wanted it anyway. And it was so urgent for the world. So there's this sense that when we know the teachings are available, the medicine is there, the instructions are available from the spiritual world, we should have this greed to run and get it. In fact, Rupa Goswami says this is the only qualification for advancing in spiritual life. And this means laulyam, just an overwhelming greed for spiritual life. Like, have you ever had an overwhelming desire for a particular thing in your life that preoccupied you so much that you couldn't think of anything else? Or maybe you lost sleep? What was it? A car. What kind of car? Special car? A car with wings? You go under the ocean?
No, actually, a new car, because I wanted a BMW car when I came here and I can't afford it, and I used to dream of it. And then I got a rundown version of Volkswagen.
You get a Volkswagen. So it's possible, it's within our capacity to have this kind of intense desire for something. So you can have an intense desire for a car, or another human being. People become infatuated by other humans, and they think, oh, I have to have this person. And they write songs about it. And they say, I love you so. And then they say, I got to write a song about this to show the world how much I love this person. Of course, later on, then they're writing songs about the misery that the person caused them, and so forth. But that's the capacity of the soul. So Rupa Goswami says that Krishna bhakti rasa bhavito mati kriyatam yadi kritopi labhyate tatalolyam apimulyam ekalam janmakoti sukritirna labhyate. And this is such an easy formula. Simple, I should say, not easy, simple. He says there's one qualification for advancing in spiritual life, and that's the intense desire to have it. The intense desire to have it. And he says, if you find out, if you get information that it's available somewhere, that you should go there immediately and get it. Don't wait. If it's in the middle of the night that you find out about it, then you should wake up and you should get on the phone, find it. If it's in Russia and it's at a different time zone, call Russia tonight, find it, get it, go there as fast as you can. And we heard about in this song already that human life is so rare, and the Shastra keeps saying it over and over again, as if to a sleeping person, wake up, you're in a burning house, wake up, you got to get out. It's like, it feels warm, but I think it's kind of nice. You don't know that the fire's engulfing the house, the smoke is pouring in, and someone's saying, now's the time to get up and go. So he says, if it's available, run to get it. And the only qualification for advancing spiritual life, you don't have to be a pundit. You don't have to know Sanskrit. You don't have to know anything except that you have a burning desire to find the medicine that Krishna has given, and then take it as quickly as possible. So this is the mood in which he's writing this song, and he's saying that formula is available. In fact, the mantra is known as a spiritual formula. And by taking it, one will feel for oneself the great relief. So Krishna and Balaram come during the Dwapara Yuga. And then later in Kali Yuga, they come back again as Nitai and Gaur. So who is Balaram during Krishna Lila is Nitai, Nityananda, in Krishna Lila. And to understand the ontological meaning of Balaram and Lord Nityananda and how they're the same, and what is the meaning of Balaram, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has written extensively in the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, so we can understand this and take advantage of the opportunity. In fact, you have to hear about something before you can really take advantage of it. This is why hearing is so important. You might, for instance, not be interested right now in going to a particular island that is at the tip of, just below the equator in the middle of the ocean. I saw there's a group of little islands, and you might not be interested in going there right now because you never heard about it. But when you find out how nice it is, and someone begins to pour information into your ear about it and tell you how you can get there, then a little spark may ignite in your heart, and you'll think, oh, maybe I should go there. And so in a similar way, when one hears about the opportunity that's afforded by Nitai and Gaur, and by approaching their method, which is described by another author as Kevala Anandakanda, as a joyful process, and by their process one can enter into Krishna Lila. This is what Srila Prabhupada illustrated by installing Krishna Balaram and Gaur Nitai in Vrindavan. And he also, in the illustration of the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, showed the rasa dance, and then just below that he had the pastimes of the Panchatattva as they're dancing in kirtan. So Krishna is dancing in the rasa dance. You have the rasa lila, which is the objective of the devotees of Radha and Krishna, to enter within that realm where one can serve Krishna and his devotees who are enjoying these eternal pastimes. But how to do that? It's a rarefied atmosphere available only to the most pure souls, but in the Kali Yuga, it's available by those who enter the pastimes of Nitai and Gaur, who are Krishna and Balaram, but they're coming in this most merciful form, accommodating form. So the final stanza says, O Lord Krishna, son of Nanda, accompanied by the daughter of Rishabhanu, please be merciful to me now. Narottam Das Thakur says, O Lord, please do not push me away from your reddish lotus feet, for who is my beloved except for you? So, Hare Krishna. Hari Hari Vipale Janama Goinainu Manusha Janama Paya Radha Krishna Nabhajiya Manusha Janama Paya Radha Krishna Nabhajiya Janiya Shuniya Bisha Kainu Janiya Shuniya Bisha Kainu Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtana Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtana Ratina Janmi Lokene Thai Ratina Jani Lokene Thai Sangsarabi Shanale Dibanishi Hiyajwale Sangsarabi Shanale Dibanishi Hiyajwale Juraite na koinu pa Juraite na koinu pa Rajendra Nandana Je Shachi Shuta Hoilo She Rajendra Nandana Je Shachi Sutta Hoilo She Balaram Hoilo Ni Ta Balaram Hoilo Ni Ta Dina hina jata chilo hari nama udarido. Dina hina jata chilo hari name udarilo. Tara Shakshi Jagai Madhai Ha Prabhu Nanda Sutta Vrishabhanu Sutta Juta Ha Prabhu Nanda Sutta Vrishabhanu Sutta Juta Ha Prabhu Nanda Sutta Vrishabhanu Sutta Juta Karuna Koro E Baro Karuna Karo E Baro Narottamo Dasa Koi Nate Hilo Ranga Pa Toma vine che ace amara Toma vine che ace amara Ha Prabhu Nanda Sutta Vrishabhanu Sutta Juta Jaya Gora Nitai, Gora Nitai, Gora Nitai, Jaya Gora Nitai. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo. Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Dena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadahmayam Dadati Sva Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Sadvadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Go Premanande Haribo. So Lord Balaram, whose appearance day it is today, comes before Krishna comes. In fact, it's part of the pastime of Krishna's appearance in this world to have Balaram appear first. Because Balaram is the source of what is sometimes translated in our scriptures as the all-accommodating potency. So you just look up the word accommodation or accommodate, see where it comes from. But there, for life to exist, for our desires to be fulfilled, we require some accommodation. And one works hard in the world in order to get whatever accommodations one can in order to live a comfortable life, live a happy life, pursue one's ideal path. And this is a natural symptom of life, to find accommodation. What does it mean?
So accommodate is a verb of physical space, or especially a building. Provide lodging or sufficient space.
Read it again.
A physical space.
A physical space.
Especially a building.
Especially a building.
And then provide lodging or sufficient space.
Provide lodging or sufficient space.
And then second is fit in with the wishes or needs of.
Fit in with the wishes or needs of. So this is describing Lord Balaram. Read it again.
Fit in with the wishes or needs of.
Fit in with the wishes or needs of. So this is the exact description of Lord Balaram. His desires are fixed on fulfilling the wishes of Krishna. This is the essence of his being. That's why he's described as the all-accommodating potency, because he lives in order to accommodate Krishna's wishes and whatever wishes and needs.
And the origin is
wishes and what else?
Wishes or needs.
Wishes or needs, okay. And?
Those were the only two.
And where does it come from?
The origin is mid-16th century, from Latin accommodate. And so from the word ad, which means to, plus commodus, which means fitting. So something which is made fitting.
Made fitting. Okay. So Balaram is that potency of the Lord. He expands from Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We can understand this from the scripture. Of course, you have to back up and understand how it is we know that scripture is true, and that's another extensive class, but it's explained. If you read the introduction to the Sri Ishopanishad, Prabhupada has summarized how it is that we get perfect knowledge or axiomatic truth from the scripture. One has to accept a source that is unassailable as the source of one's knowledge, otherwise you get infinite regress. So we accept the Vedas as providing that perfect knowledge. Jiva Goswami goes into even more detail about this in the Tattva Sandarbha. Before he talks about the various ways in which the Bhagavatam points towards Krishna as the Supreme Personality of God, and he first establishes how it is that the Bhagavatam is the ultimate authority on everything, and it's the fruit of the Vedas. So from the scripture we can understand how Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In fact, the Srimad Bhagavatam says, Eti chamsha kalapumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Hridayanti Yuge Yuge. What does that verse mean? Microphones are there. Please help yourself.
Hare Krishna.
Go ahead, Maharaj.
There are many incarnations of the Supreme Lord, but Krishna is not an incarnation. He is the source of all incarnations, and he comes to the world every time to defeat the enemies of Indra.
Thank you very much. And if we scroll down a little bit more, and we also turn down the gain in the microphone that somehow jumped up magically, we have this translation. All of the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. The Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on planets whenever there is a disturbance created by atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the theists. And before Krishna appears in Vrindavan, or in Mathura, he invites all of his associates to appear also, to accommodate his pastimes in the world. And of course, we know when the Balaram Purnima comes, we're very close to Janmashtami, and this is a part of the process of getting ready for Janmashtami, is greeting Lord Balaram and adjusting our own attitudes towards being fully accommodating towards Krishna, which is the real joy in life. In fact, without this understanding that all of the wealth that I have, the energy that I have, gain is still too high, please turn it down, that is meant to serve Krishna, then I become entangled in what is called Hlada Tapatraya, which means the threefold miseries, which are fully evident at every second in this world, in the form of various kinds of interventions by living entities. Hare Krishna. He won't understand that. And now you can turn it up just a little bit too, please. Sorry. Hare Krishna. So in the Gita, microphone up, please. In the Gita, Krishna says, Yakoroshi yadashnashi ajjohasi dadasiya yatapasyasi konteya tatkurushva madarpanam. And this means that whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, whatever austerities you perform, should be done as an offering unto me. It's okay now. And this is good advice, because unless I accommodate Krishna with the wealth that I have, with the intelligence that I have, with whatever facility I've gotten because of my previous karmas, then it becomes a source of entanglement for me. So what you'll find is that people get, for instance, in Hillsborough, which is just above Burlingame. If you drive up past the El Camino Real and you drive up into the Hillsdale is a mall. Of course, if you go there too, you'll find the same thing. It's also good. There's a lot of accommodation there materially. It doesn't get much better in California. If somebody thinks, I'm in California, Northern California, I want to go somewhere else in the world to find happiness or a better situation, there isn't any. There's materially speaking, this is it. So you can stop. One thing is you can stop looking. Because there's no better place than Northern California in the world as far as accommodation goes. You can adjust a little up and down in Northern California, but after you earn $150,000 a year, there's not much more you can do. So that's about it. But if you get with any kind of facility that one gets, that is material facility, unless one uses it in order to accommodate Krishna by serving the devotees, by serving Krishna, then it becomes a source of entanglement. And so what you can find in Hillsborough is you can find people that have more accommodation than they need. For instance, you might find a house that has 15 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms, and there's lots of other kind of special names for rooms these days. We have to ask one of our real estate agents to tell us what they're all called, a bonus room and this room and that room. And then maybe there's 2 people that live there. And maybe nobody lives there. Maybe a dog lives there. And the people go away during the day, and the dog, sits up on the couch and looks out at the swimming pool and thinks, I'm the richest dog in the world. And one, the Bhagavatam says, who doesn't use one's material facility in order to serve Krishna is like a silkworm that weaves a web and then doesn't realize that it actually encased itself in this covering and it's stuck inside, like silkworm. So Balaram comes to show us, to teach us. That's why he's the guru. The guru teaches how to use one's God-given facilities in order to accommodate Krishna, because this actually produces happiness in life. To use whatever facilities one has to serve Krishna makes us happy. And that's the process of devotional service, to engage everything in Krishna's service. And without that, we become entangled more and more in the material world. So Balaram comes and shows by example as the original guru. And the reason he appears first is to make facility and clear the way for Krishna to come to a pristine environment. As Devaki, the mother of Krishna, receives one child after another, and Kamsa kills these children. There's a history. These children actually were originally the children of Kalanemi in a previous life. This is a family of asuras, and these children, 6 of them, had a grandfather that you probably remember named Hiranyakashipu. You've heard of him. Who's your grandfather? Hiranyakashipu. And being part of that family, they were expected to keep up a certain tradition of demoniac pursuits. They did, however, divert their attention to worshiping Brahma in such a way that it angered Hiranyakashipu, who cursed them. The Shastra tells how they took birth by the curse of Hiranyakashipu in the womb of Devaki, and then Kalanemi became Kamsa in the next life, and he killed what were his previous children in the last life. But they're described as being representative of the various anartas that hold us back from using everything that we have to accommodate Krishna. And instead, I try to accommodate myself. Like Kama. Kama, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, is the all-devouring enemy of this world, a lust. And then there's greed, which is an impulse that no matter what I have, it's not enough. It's the opposite of gratitude. In gratitude, whatever I get, because I see its connection to Krishna, and I understand that Krishna is very kind, and he's providing me my very life, and that everything I get is his mercy. This instills in one this feeling of gratitude, which is the precursor to bhakti. When one sees how Shukadeva Goswami says to Parikshit Maharaj, the universe is so generous, and it's giving us flowing water in the rivers that one can simply go to and drink. And if one takes that water and thinks, this is Krishna's mercy. In fact, Prabhupada mentions in the Bhagavad Gita, when you drink water, if you think, Raso hamapsakonteya prabhasmi shashishurya. So this taste is Krishna. He's actually fulfilling my desire. You can be happy when you take that because you're thinking, this is Krishna's mercy. But due to greed, one thinks this isn't enough. I'll have to, instead of just drinking water for myself, I'll have to take all the water and bottle it and sell it and get as much money as possible so I can live in a big house and then control all the water. In India, it's a problem nowadays because these big companies like, well, I won't mention their names because the CEOs are probably watching, but you know who you are. They're pumping water out of the little villages so people don't have anything to drink. And where do they put it? They put it in this fancy bottle of water that one now has to buy for, how much is it now? 40 rupees? 40 rupees. And if you get it at the airport, it's 120 per bottle. But that was pumped out of somewhere, and someone wants to control all the water and take it away. But this is greed. And it can consume one's life and take one far away from the process of real health, or attaining real health, which is the process of devotional service. So when these Shadgarbhas, they're called Shadgarbha Asuras, are killed, it represents the way in which one has to clear the path for Krishna's appearance in one's life. Make no mistake, the appearance of Krishna in one's own life, in one's heart and mind, is the only source of happiness for the living entity. There is no other source of happiness. Jeev Krishna das e vishwas korle to ardukonai. You have to have vishwas. You have to have faith that the only source of happiness in my life is serving Krishna. And you have to identify yourself as Krishna das. This is the most exalted of all situations in the material world, contrary to what I may think, that putting myself forward and controlling all the resources is actually an exalted position. But the real exalted people are those who know I'm Krishna Das. And they follow in the footsteps of Lord Balaram, who's the most auspicious of all personalities. So he appears after the Shadgarbhas are killed. So they're killed one by Kamsa. And preparing for the appearance of Lord Krishna in the world, then Balaram appears first as the elder brother of Krishna. And he appears in the womb of Devaki, but Krishna makes an arrangement that he'll be attracted from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini, another one of Vasudev's wives in Gokula. And then Yogamaya appears within the womb of Devaki. And the Srimad Bhagavatam explains that after the Shadgarbhas have been in the womb of Devaki and asked this question, are they on the same level as Krishna? How could they be in the same womb before Krishna appears? And Srila Prabhupada explains that actually when Balaram, Sankarshan, appears in the womb of Devaki, he makes he purifies the womb of Devaki so that Krishna can appear. And that's his service. So after he appears in the womb of Devaki, then Krishna can appear there. So this indicates the way in which we must prepare ourselves for the appearance of Krishna in our lives by taking advantage of Balaram's potency, the all-accommodating potency. And he teaches as guru to use everything in Krishna's service, to organize one's life. He carries a plow. This is an indication of cultivation, to cultivate one's desires in such a way that they're for serving Krishna and not for serving our own senses. And when one makes this kind of preparation by taking the help of Balaram, who gives us that strength, spiritual strength to do that, then Krishna appears in our minds and hearts and manifests in our life. And then we can actually become happy. This is practical. It's a very practical thing, and everybody can do it. It's not something esoteric. It is esoteric, but it is not unattainable. It's wholly attainable. And that's one of Krishna's messages in the Bhagavad Gita. It's very straightforward. He says, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tattvata tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mam eti sojana. That if you can just understand the divine nature of my appearance in this world, then you won't be obligated to take birth again in this horrible condition of material life. You can give up this flesh-based body and attain your eternal spiritual body for serving Krishna by understanding. And that comes by the mercy of Balaram, the Guru Tattva, who teaches us very practically how to use everything in Krishna's service. And now we have a couple of minutes, so we'll take a couple of reflections. But you got to be quick. Go ahead. Bali Mardan Prabhu.
I was listening to a lecture, Prabhupada's conversation with Tamal Krishna Maharaj, and he pointed out that Prabhupada said that Krishna and Balarama are non-different. Only the expansion, only difference is their color. One is black, another is white. Then another episode, Tamal Krishna Maharaj said that Krishna has one set of gopis and Balarama has also another set of gopis, two different. So they are, in that case, they are different. Then they asked, how come they are same and different? Prabhupada said, you decide.
And that reminded me also, I don't know how it reminded me, but one of the pastimes of Balaram is in killing Denukasura. And this is, it's easily understandable because Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that Denukasura represents an ass-like mentality. And Denukasura had this whole tall forest for himself, and he wouldn't let anybody else take it. He was hoarding everything. This is material life. I close myself off, I keep all my stuff locked up, and I collect more and more of it, and I don't want anybody else to have it except for maybe my expansions. And it's a very greedy mentality. This is an ass-like existence. This is the opposite of being a Mahatma. Mahatmas are thinking how to give to everybody, how to make everybody fortunate. And the demons like Denukasura think, how can I keep everything for myself? And if anybody else comes here, I'll kill them. In fact, Denukasura was horrible. He killed people. So one of Krishna's pastimes, in which he engages Balaram, is to go to that tall forest and have Balaram kill the Denukasura demon. And this is one of the propensities that we must kill by taking shelter of the instructions of our gurus, to give up this greedy mentality of hoarding everything for myself and become soft-hearted and generous, not try to simply enjoy material life in an extremely incompatible way. One more? Yes.
Thank you, Maharaj, for explaining in the starting how forest of material enjoyment a merchant goes and he looks for material happiness, and that never exists in this material world. And then the example that you give of the silverworm who just wraps itself under the cocoon that it creates. Similarly, the material wealth, if we or any of the asset that Krishna has given us, if we don't use it, it actually binds us more and more in this material world. And then you given the example of Hillsborough, how practically we can see, at last you you mentioned that our real satisfaction comes by serving Krishna. There is nothing else in the world can satisfy us other than that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You had one from the internet? Okay. Please.
I really like the new sort of take that you had on karma, and you said that karma is actually the opposite of gratitude. I mean, normally we think gratitude, thanklessness, that's an antonym, but desiring more is also an opposite of gratitude. That was a new thing. Yeah,
thank you. Yes?
Hare Krishna, thank you for the very, very wonderful class. It was very amazing how you described that although Lord Balaram is Supreme Personality of Godhead, but always he's absorbed how to serve Krishna. So I'm just wondering, Prabhu, what is the best prayer that we can offer to Lord Balaram? Because as you described, he is also our hope, like a guru. He helps, not only serving Krishna, but he also helps the living entities to come closer to Krishna.
Well, the best prayers or genre of prayers is to ask, how can I serve? Because that's the mood of Lord Balaram. And this is one of the predominant points that Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Maharaj makes in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, is that Balaram has this service attitude. And there are many prayers in which we ask Krishna, please engage me in your service. The best of all of them is the Hare Krishna mantra. We don't actually need any other prayer. For taste, there are many different kinds of prayers that one can make. However, if one fully embraces the meaning of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra within one's heart, and while chanting actually begs for the holy name, which is what Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that Lord Chaitanya is asking us to do. N-H-E Ashaudi Maya Nashi Bharolagi Harinam Sankirtan Lao Tumi Magi. Magi means to beg. And if you think about begging when you're chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it's not exactly the kind of prayer that you say. Well, that's important, but it's how you say it that makes all the difference in the world. Because if it's sincere and you really come to the end of thinking that there's something for me in the material world, and you think there's nothing for me here, and you realize I've wasted a lot of time, so much time that I can't even count it all, and now I've changed my mind. This is a good way to think. I changed my mind. I'm turning my direction in life. And if you pray with the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that Krishna, please engage me in your service. I'm completely unworthy, but somehow or other use me in your service. This is the mood of Lord Balaram. And by that chanting, with that intention, one gets spiritual strength, because Krishna is waiting to empower us to do more and more service. We notice when we teach Krishna consciousness to others, and this is one of the important reasons to go and teach Krishna consciousness to the world, that there are many people who can't accept Krishna consciousness when we offer it, even though it's the best thing. And we may be tasting it ourselves. For instance, in Los Angeles last week, we were tasting something special because we spent several days, some devotees even a week, working nonstop, around the clock, to prepare a festival, to make available an offering to the people of Los Angeles. It's an offering to Lord Jagannath, but part of the offering is giving to the people of Los Angeles an opportunity to take to Krishna consciousness. And fully engrossed in the chanting and the association of devotees, and then one goes out with all of these gifts to give to the public, and we approach, and they go, no thanks, get out, go away. They don't all say that, but enough people so that you can notice it. And then even when you begin talking to people, I talked to some people down at Venice Beach, and I began explaining to them, because they inquired, what's going on. And as you begin to talk to them, you'll notice that they have various deeply rooted misconceptions. For instance, one person I was telling about Krishna consciousness was saying, yeah, right, I understand. All paths lead to the same place, right? it is all the same, and it doesn't matter which one you can worship this or that. It doesn't matter as long as you worship. These are deeply rooted misconceptions. And when one has those, one can't fully embrace the process of service to Krishna. One has to have a clear idea of what is service. Siddhanta Bolya Chitana Kara Alash. Iha hoite Krishna lagi sudrid manash. In order for one's mind to be sudrid, completely determined to serve, you have to have a clear idea of why I'm not serving the material world and why I'm serving Krishna instead, and why this is actual happiness. And it takes people a while to actually get that. They have to go through a painstaking process, step by step, sometimes after many, many lifetimes, but then they come to this lifetime. And even this lifetime, you have to help cultivate people until they can actually accept Krishna consciousness. So the best prayer to the Lord Balaram is the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And now we're going to have an Abhishek ceremony, which is a tradition here at ISV ever since the early days of the Madhukanta era in deity worship and Rohini Sutta Prabhu. So if you'll turn your attention to their lordships who will be appearing on this special throne prepared to bathe them on their Lord Balaram on his appearance day. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Shri Krishna Balaram Ki Jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Shamalangi.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna. One more time.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Balarama ki. Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra ki Jai. Gaur Premanande. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Shri Balaram Purnima ki jai, Shri Balaram ki jai, Shri Nityananda Ram ki jai, Jai Shri Krishna Balaram ki jai, Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Go Premanande. Today's a very auspicious day for extending one's service to Krishna. So we have an opportunity as a community in our short lifespan that we have to expand the outreach of Krishna consciousness in Silicon Valley as far as possible. My feeling is that all of us have been convened here for a reason. It's in the cosmic sense, we have very little say over where we end up. Even in a political sense, it's very hard to say when you're going to get a visa or how you're going to get facility from a particular company. And now that we're all together in one community with a very focused mission, one of the ways in which we can not only pray to Lord Balaram but also render service is to increase our desire and our activity towards establishing Krishna consciousness in Silicon Valley. There's little we can do about what's going on in the geopolitical situation, although it's obviously concerning the way in which the material world goes in retrograde ways. We hear about how various cataclysmic events are upon us in various ways in the material world from time to time, or practically constantly, and in our own lives. But we don't have control over that. However, we do have control over how much we increase our service. And this is the kind of day, or this is the day, during which one can increase one's commitment and focus. So my suggestion is that we make a prayer that we may continue to expand the facility in Silicon Valley for the preaching that Srila Prabhupada started and is continuing through all of us, so that we make a mark in the world. My vision here in Silicon Valley is that we should have a world-class facility. Now we have what I've felt from the very beginning when we moved here and every other place that we've moved, an interim facility. In fact, the first day we moved into this temple and we began chanting Hare Krishna and inviting people to come in, and lots of people came in, and someone leaned over to me and said, "Oh, you've already outgrown the place." That was on the inaugural day. That was a foregone conclusion, because our desire by Balaram's mercy is unlimited. And this is the way in which to be properly situated in this world, is to align oneself with the same service attitude that Lord Balaram has for Krishna. He is the all-accommodating potency. That is, he expands himself not only into all the personal effects that Krishna uses for his own facility, his shoes, his Brahman's thread, his clothes, his altar, his bed, but also the entire spiritual world. Not only that, he then expands himself into the Purushas that manifest the entire material world, that give facility for Krishna's Shrishti Leela to accommodate all the living entities. Not only that, he holds them up as Shesha, as mustard seeds are on the head of a large serpent. He holds all the universes without even noticing they're there. But it's because of his intense desire to serve Krishna. This is true happiness, and if we align ourselves with Lord Balaram's desire, then we too can be empowered here in Silicon Valley, which is a conceivable space in which we can actually fill up with Krishna consciousness. We can actually affect change within this geographical area, given the circumstances that we have now. It's conceivable, isn't it? That we could make a mark here that would be noticed, at least in the Bay Area, if not all over the world. So this is a special prayer on this day. Dear Lord Balaram, please enter our hearts and expand our service attitude, especially towards establishing a world-class facility for Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan, here in Silicon Valley, that will bring the reign of Krishna's mercy to all living entities in the Bay Area, will give shelter to people all over California, will be a place of interest for people all over the world, so that they can come and take full shelter of the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Please empower us to attract this facility, and in the present to take full advantage of the facility that we have now. Please let us unlimitedly expand our book distribution, our various outreach programs, including Western outreach, Russian outreach, soon Spanish outreach. And please give us the intelligence and facility to build a new temple that will be expansive enough and aesthetically beautiful enough to attract the imagination and the attention of people all over the world. Thank you for considering our request. Hare Krishna. Shri Balaram Ji ki jai. So, also Hansapriya Mataji reminded me that on Balaram Purnima, traditionally we've had an opportunity for those who want to donate money on this day and give something for distributing books towards expanding the outreach. This is it's an auspicious time to give something. So we have goals leading up to Janmashtami. One of the things that we can focus on is the expansion of the distribution of Krishna book with the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We, in the beginning, had a small goal, and then we surpassed it. And then we smashed it and distributed those Krishna books. And now we have another 8 days, if I'm not incorrect, until Janmashtami. Is that correct? So, towards the mass distribution of Krishna books, which are $108 per case, I would like to donate $108 for a case of Krishna books. On account of it's Balaram Purnima. What's that? What happened? Okay, help me out here. Okay, go ahead. Announce who's...
Bir Krishna Prabhu. Krishna, yeah.
Haribo!
Achyuta Kumar Prabhu.
Our scribe, empowered by Ganesh, is writing down as fast as possible.
2 boxes from Achyuta Kumar Prabhu.
Achyuta Kumar Prabhu ki jai.
Shivas Pandit Prabhu, 1 box.
Haribo!
Shala Bahu Prabhu, 1 box.
Haribo!
Rajendra Kumar Prabhu, 1 box.
Haribo! Permission granted.
Abhay.
Two boxes for a buy.
2 boxes.
Haribo!
Satya Prabhu. 2 cases for his brother. Ramesh.
Haribo!
Where is? Oh, Nam Swaranam Prabhu, 2 boxes.
Haribo!
Ramrati Prabhu, 1 box.
Haribo!
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, 1 box.
Haribo!
I forget your Shyam Sundar Prabhu, 1 box.
Haribo!
Om Shankar Prabhu, 1 box.
Haribo!
Praveen Prabhu, 1 box.
Haribo!
Advaita, 2 boxes. Permission granted.
There's a Mukul Prabhu in the back. Mukul Prabhu.
Mayank Prabhu. 1 box from Mayank Prabhu.
Haribo!
Oh, Varun Prabhu, 1 box.
One box from Jam.
Yeah. 1 box from Braja. She's in India, but daddy is saying.
Braja, 1 box from India. Braja's.
We have also 2 boxes from Anita. She has already paid for it. In Florida.
Haribo!
1 box anonymous.
Haribo!
One box from Sutra Malik Prabhu.
Haribo! This is like a fire yagya, and the fire, every time we make an offering, it's like swaha. Yes?
4 Srimad Bhagavatam sets. Mayapur Vihari Prabhu.
Haribo!
If you want to text, you can text at 650-245-7018. So 650-245-7018. Okay, so meanwhile the text coming in is going to be just so many will pour in. So meanwhile I'll just
The little Balaram, 2 boxes.
Haribo!
We also have $2,001 towards the tile, and that is from Neha Mataji and her husband Ajay Sharma Prabhu. They're here today, both of them, right there, Neha Mataji. So they're giving the tile for the new altar.
Neetu.
So thank you, Neetu.
Neetu.
Thank you, Neetu Mataji.
Haribo! From Facebook Live, 2 boxes from Sachin and Deepali from Chicago. Haribo!
Priya Kishori. Haribo.
Haribo! We have started to design a new temple. We are making blueprints. We've listed out the various kinds of facilities we'd like to have. Recently, I went and visited a very large and well-developed religious community in Southern California called Saddleback Church. I've had my eye on their church for some time. I wanted to see how they built it, and Nirkula and I took a full tour along with a good friend, Rupanuga Prabhu, who actually in the very beginning of their process of building this large campus, which gives facility for unlimited facility practically for children of all ages, for education, for various facilities for people from various backgrounds to come and worship in various ways. And it's a highly accommodating space, so people can come and spend time there. There's places where people can sit and talk and worship and so forth. So I envision here in the Silicon Valley area an expansive campus area that has the Performing Arts Center where we can have regular cultural programs, musical, kirtan, drama, and so forth, and first-class facility for people 24 hours a day to come and offer their worship to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the time span in which Krishna has allotted us. We're here during this lifetime. We're in Silicon Valley, and it's altogether possible. People are building all kinds of other facilities. For instance, our good friends at Salesforce, downtown San Francisco, where we're making nice connections. We're going there regularly to meet with the employees, to have talks about Krishna and so forth. And they're building huge skyscraper buildings downtown San Francisco that have thousands of offices and multiple floors. They have 5 facilities down there. And that company is an accommodating company. It's software meant to accommodate people's business interests. We have a similar desire, only we want to accommodate people's spiritual interests. And we would like to have equal or better facility than these companies like Salesforce, Google, and so forth. And we would like to have this burning desire within our hearts to develop that so that it will attract the attention of Lord Balaram and Krishna to provide this facility. So I suggest that we've light that fire within our hearts to move to the next level. And part of that is taking full advantage of the facility that we have now. As we see this beautiful gem of a temple that we've been gifted by Krishna, because of the sacrifice of all the devotees here since we started the project at ISV, now we have an opportunity to find every detail in this temple that we can make better and utilize it by our desire to serve by making it the cleanest place, making it the friendliest and most welcoming place that one could come anywhere in Silicon Valley or anywhere else. And by fully utilizing what we have now, and at the same time looking out and designing what we'd like to see for facilitating more people and increasing the worship of their lordships simultaneously, Krishna will then empower us to move forward to the next level of our preaching here in Silicon Valley. So we are praying again and again to Lord Chaitanya, to Shri Nityananda Ram, to Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan, to please give us this forward-looking facility and desire within our hearts. Please meditate on this, and let's work together as a community to come to the next level. And now we have about 2 minutes in which to take advantage of this window of opportunity. If you'd like to donate towards another set of Krishna books, or if you'd like to give full facility for building the next temple, and you have connections, I foresee, yes? One tile. Kushal. Okay, please give me.
Haribol Kushal Prabhu ki jai.
Kushal, one tile.
Kushal Prabhu ki jai. We also have Sonia Mataji here.
One box for Krishna book.
One box of Krishna book. Did we get any text, Shraddha Mataji?
One more box for Nirkula.
Kumari Leela. Oh, okay.
What's that?
Okay, guess that's wonderful. So now Bir Krishna Prabhu
is giving a box for Hansapriya.
No, Hari Priya.
For Hari Priya. Oh, Hari Priya.
You started the trend. You started the trend offering for your wife, so that's what he's following here.
I see.
So I think we have a lot of other aspiring disciples and disciples. Let's follow the trend a little further down, right? How many husbands are sitting in this hall would like to donate for their wives? Let's just see the hands up in the air. And wives, and dear mothers, please look in the back and see whose hands not going up. If you need help, Lord Balaram is going to empower us today. So let's see. Okay, fathers, would you like to offer a box of Krishna book on your behalf of your Haribol, Dilip Bhai, Nam Smaran, Satya, that's what we want to see. More hands up in the air. You want to go home, right? Okay, we have Prabhu here too.
Oh, microphone. Give him mic.
No, I just sponsored the Sunday feast, but I actually I had to leave, but I actually wanted to sponsor one case of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Haribo, today's Purnima, wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful, thank you very much. Do you have a text? Here. Right behind you, microphone.
Bhaktin Deepti Singh from Minnesota, 1 box of Bhagavad Gita.
Okay, so Radha Kripa Prabhu is sponsoring for Shamalangi. Thank you, Radha Kripa Prabhu.
Haribo! Shri Balaram Jayanti ki jai, Go Premanande, Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Haribol, Nitai Gaura Haribol. We'd especially like to thank our online audience, for whom we have the greatest gratitude. Thank you very much for tuning in from all over the world to join us here at ISKCON Silicon Valley. We feel your presence, and we're looking forward to connecting with you again on Wednesday. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Sharira Dvijaja Jodendriya Taheka Jibe Pele Vishaya Shagore Dharma Didi Boyati Lobo Moisu Durmati Take deta katita sankare Krishna bora doya mo Gori bare jihajar Shaprasharana dilobar Shayanamrita pao Radha Krishna Gunaga Premedako Shri Chaitanya Nita Ekadina Shanti Pure Prabhu Adhitera Gare Dui Prabhu Bhojani Bosilo Shakori Ashvadana Prabhu Bole Bhakta Gana Hey Shah Krishna Ashvadhilo Hey no Shakashvadane Krishna Prema Aishe Mane She Preme Koro Ashvajan Jaraburi Parihari Prasara Bojana Kori Hari Hari Bolo Sarvajan Hari Hari Bolo Sarvajan Maharshade Govinde Nama Brahmani Vaishnave Sapa Punyavatam Rajan Vishwasto Naivajai Prasade Sarvatukanam Haniraso Pajayate Prasanna Chetaso Yashu Bhuri Paryavatishtate Bhagavad Shri Mahaprasadaki Gopremanande Nitai Gauda Haribo 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 Nitai Gauda Haribo.
Tonight's feast is being co-sponsored by Bhanu Prasad Prabhu and his family on the occasion of Jahnavi's birthday. Haribol. Let's chant once Hare Krishna mantra for her. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol.
Vanchakalpa Trubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha Patitan Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Gopremanande. Please come take prasadam. Haribol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.